Hey guys, I'm back at the Honourable Artillery Company here in central London. I love this event. It's the London Concours. Not this, but behind me. Follow me, come and have a look. There are some incredible cars, and I've come this time not on the first day as I normally do, but on the last day, because today is actually Supercar Day here at the London Concours. So we're going to go around, take a look around, see what we can see, and maybe talk to a few people as well. This is going to be awesome.
Brown Car Guy, thanks for speaking to me. I'm Mohammed Luqman Ali Khan. I'm based in Abu Dhabi, UAE, the United Arab Emirates. That's where I'm coming from. I'm basically an author, a motoring historian, and a curator for different shows and different cars. So what I do is normally I'm into concours and collector car consulting. I buy motor cars for leading collectors, and we're talking about collector cars. This is high-end cars. And apart from that, I'm into concours consulting. I take them to different concours. I curate those motor cars. We restore them, and you're talking about all the world's top shows that we go to. So that's what it is. I'm into writing histories of motor cars. I do it for, like I said, in terms of motor car consulting that I do. This is basically for leading collectors. One of them is Mr. Johan Poonawalla from India. He's a billionaire industrialist based in India. And I curate a few of his cars. He goes to different shows, a very well-known name as you would know him. And apart from that, like I said, I'm into writing histories. So I'll tell you about my book. So that's the first book I wrote, which will be coming out soon, hopefully this year. As you can see the title, it's called The Automobiles of the Nizams. So the Nizams of Hyderabad in India were the richest men of the time, and they were featured in the Time magazine, back in the US in the 1937. So I'm basically a Hyderabadi. I'm from India, so similarly brown. So these are the three Nizams, as you can see on the cover. And what I've done is I've covered almost all of the cars this is just a volume 1, and volume 2 is in the making. So you see different cars there: the Daimler, the Napier, the Rolls-Royce, right? The Mercedes, the Duesenberg, and the Bentley. So it is an archival account, as you can see. So I've gone through different documents, and you can see all the old invoices and all of that. That's an Nizam. I picked rummaged through all the documents and stuff, and so that's what it is. So I've gone through all the archives. That's a Bentley I discovered in Australia, and that's a car now. So you see the old and color and new photographs, right? And that's the Silver Ghost we're talking about. So this Silver Ghost reminds me of this car. So the Nizam had this Silver Ghost. You can see the original document, which is very similar to this, and it's got a canopy on the top, as you can see, and it's called a Throne Rolls-Royce, and you can see it looks more like a throne. So it had an elevated seat at the rear, and you have the dome on top, and the Nizam's thrown all over it. See. And after that, the other book I've done is I have co-authored this book for Auto Royale. If you know, the British Concours d'Elegance was to be held last year. Sadly, it couldn't because of the COVID. And that's a book I've co-authored with Guy Loveridge and Paul Mathers, right? Paul Mathers. So you can see that, and that's a book we came up with. And within this, you have the Maharaja class, which I curated as well. You can see that one, All of these cars were curated by me. The Rolls-Royce, a famous one out here. The 20 HP. Mr. Johan Poonawalla's cars are also here. I'll show you the 20 HP that he had here in the show. That's the one which has just been to Villa d'Este, right? Concours. And then you have the other car that he had, which is the famous rhubarb and custard car. Right, you must have seen this at different shows. One of my major discoveries from the year 2018 is when I discovered Sheikh Zayed, the ruler of Abu Dhabi and the founding president, his motor car, which was considered long lost. It's a Phantom 5, chassis 5VE15. So I discovered it in Austria, perhaps in a Viennese suburb, I would say. So yeah, I tracked down through with the help of a single photograph which I saw from the 1960s, and I'm writing a whole book on that. So I acquired the car. The car is now in the UK and getting restored, and I plan to take it back to Abu Dhabi someday. So that is Sheikh Zayed's car, and it's a London Motor Show car from 1965. So he was the ruler of Abu Dhabi. So it's through a single photograph, that I found the whole car, and that's the chassis number, and that's what it looks like with Abu Dhabi plates and stuff.
Awesome, thanks so much. Wonderful to meet you, and keep doing what you're doing.
Certainly, thanks so much, and great work by you as well. Although we are based there, we still track what you do and stuff. So keep up the good work. Cheers. Thanks.
So Ibrahim, how are you enjoying your day out at the London Concours?
Well, Mum and I are actually having a fantastic time. It's a very, very classy show, and this is actually our first time here. And the setting's marvellous, and lovely green lawns, and these buildings in the background as well make a nice backdrop. Everyone's very friendly, and it's not one of these sort of overly crowded car shows. There's plenty of space and just feeling very relaxed, chilled out, and so on. No, it's great. And meeting you is one of the highlights of the show, of course.
You've been to quite a few events this year. Which ones have been your favourite?
Well, the NEC Resto Tour show this year was again a first for Mum and I. We went, of course, last year as well, 2022, to the big classic car show at the NEC. We were there for 2 days. There was sort of 6 halls of cars. That's definitely on our list annually now. And the Farnborough show that's coming up this year, we went last year. That's a favourite of ours as well. There's just so much to do here in the UK. So many great shows and great sort of atmosphere, great humour and everything. It's fantastic.
And big up Canada. I see you're really bigging it up. What's all that about?
I'm actually a dual British Canadian. I immigrated to Canada back in 1993. So I've been Canadian for many years now. But I've been back here in Blighty since just the beginning of COVID, and because of COVID, I'm still here. I'm not actually in a big hurry to go back. And you know what? I think COVID has made me realise where home really is, and it's back here in Blighty.
And your mom has a car that she's owned new from 1978. Tell us about that.
Yes, indeed. She has a 1978 Mini Clubman, white, 1098 cc. And as I say, we've owned it since new. It was just about the time I actually drove and had my driving test. And actually, Mum passed her driving test more or less the same time. It's more or less the only car she's ever driven. It's been under wraps actually for the last 2.5 years. I think it's time to take the dust covers out and give it a run. I'm not sure how 2.5-year-old petrol's going to be, but we'll find out.
I feel you might have to drain the tank and refill it. Yeah.
I think you might be right there, yes.
Awesome, great to see you, man. See you again soon.
You too. Thanks ever so much.
A big shout out and thanks to Jay Williams over at Air Technic, who are top tier sponsors of Brown Car Guy. Check them out at Air Technic Co UK for exhausts, brakes, suspension and body kits. Plus our other major sponsor, Najan Solutions. Much appreciation also to Tier 4 sponsors, Muhammad Ali Humaid, Tom Conway Gordon and Reza Adil. And of course all these other guys who supporting on Patreon. Brown Car Guy is eternally grateful. Hey, think about joining them over at patreon.com Brown Car Guy. If you can't, don't worry. Just make sure you're subscribing to the YouTube channel and website. Plus follow on social media by searching for Brown Car Guy.